Hey everybody, this is Eric Chapelle, the South Jersey real estate guy, working with Weichert Realtors in Cherry Hill. And today I want to talk to sellers. Maybe you are sitting at home thinking, gee, I have a lot of equity in my home. Is now a good time to cash it in and take that money and do something with it? Well, knowing when to sell your home can be tricky. And there are some things I would like you to consider. So one of the first things I'd like you to consider if you're thinking about selling your home or cashing in on your home is consider the market condition. There is a seller's market and there is a buyer's market. In a seller's market, the inventory or the number of homes to be sold are low. And the amount of people wanting to buy a home is high. And so because of that, that demand drives prices up. On the converse side of this, you're looking at a buyer's market. In a buyer's market, there are fewer buyers and there's just a lot of inventory. And because of that, people negotiate harder. It's more difficult to sell your home and get the maximum dollars that you want to get for your property. And therefore, it may not be the best time during a buyer's market to cash in. If you look at the national averages right now, you'll know that the market is really a seller's market right now. So if you are considering selling your home now, especially if you live in South Jersey, now is a great time to do that. Another thing to think about is your home's condition. Your equity is going to be linked to your home's condition. The amount of cash you're going to be able to pull from your house when you sell it will be linked to how well you've managed and taken care of the property while you've lived there. If you're getting ready to cash in on your home, you need to be honest with yourself about your home's condition. If it needs upgrades or it needs repairs or there's things that are falling apart that you just don't feel like taking care of, that's going to affect your return on investment. That's going to affect how much cash you get when you sell your house. People don't want to buy somebody else's problems. You don't. I don't, and buyers out there, they're looking for homes they can move into right now. If it's a home that has been maybe not handled as correctly as it should or managed as well as it should while you live there, then that's going to have a big effect on the amount of cash you can pull from your house. So if you're not in a hurry to sell your home and it's just like this thought in your head, maybe it's a good idea to fix some of these things in your home, and you may fall in love with your house enough that you don't want to leave. Or that when you get ready to sell, it will have more value and you'll be able to accumulate more cash when you do sell. Now, this last one is kind of funny because I know people are thinking about this more than ever, but and that is interest rates. You say, well, if I sell my home now, interest rates are so high. And I always say the same thing to my clients. If you're a first-time home buyer, I remember when I was a teenager, my dad being in our living room complaining about his 17% mortgage rate. Now, I know that if you're 40 years old or younger, you think that 6.5 or 6.75% is astronomical. And I get it, because your parents probably have a 3.5% or a 3.25% or even a 3% mortgage, and you feel like, wow, they got it so cheap. This is a ripoff. They're robbing me. I know how you feel. But in relation to what's happened in the world and in mortgages over the years, 6.75 is not terrible. And with that in mind, you don't buy rates, you buy homes. So if you find something you really like, you just date the rate. You can always refinance if the rates go down, and many banks right now offer programs where if you do finance through them in a couple years, or if the rates do go down, you can refinance your house and they don't even charge you fees to do it. I'll tell you, one time my wife and I, we bought a house at 7%, and we thought that was pretty good. But then when the rates went down to like 3.25, we refinanced our house and we were able to take a 30-year mortgage and make it into a 15-year mortgage, and our house payments were even smaller. So understand, you're just dating the rate. You're not buying it forever. So with that being said, when interest rates go up, buyers have a tendency to pull back on the reins and hold off on their buying decisions. The rates have been where they are now for a couple years, and people are starting to adjust to it and get used to it. So it's not as big of a factor as it was, when it first went up, but it does have an effect on what's going on in the marketplace, and it could affect how much cash you get out of your house. So what is your situation like right now? Are you thinking about selling your house soon? Are you thinking about cashing in? If so, it might be good to sit down and have a conversation. I taught a video on the listing consultation where you sit down with an agent and discuss your finances, discuss what equity you may have in your home. And I would encourage you, if you're thinking about selling, but you're just not sure, you've heard other people getting big money for their house and cashing in, and you're thinking about doing the same, give me a call. I'd be glad to sit down with you, talk to you, and help you navigate this area. Again, if this video has been a help to you, please hit the like button. And if you know somebody who's thinking about selling, why don't you share this video with them? It could help them in making their decision. And always, of course, please subscribe. I try to put out a video every Friday so that you're able to follow up and learn more about real estate and what's going on in the marketplace at this time. My name is Chapelle. I'm the South Jersey Real Estate Guy. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again soon.